Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper Offersen and today we are talking about water on bottles. We are talking about the so-called spray bottles, and I have chosen two that I have tested for you. And one of them is from La Roche-Posay, this one, and the other one is from Vichy. So both of them are thermal water, and the thing about thermal water compared to your just average water coming out of your tap is that thermal water is from a hot spring, and when the water comes from a hot spring, then the warmer the water is, the more minerals can be in the solution. So that's why in thermal water you have more minerals in the solution, so in the water. And that is obviously what they are selling you. So the Vichy one, it tells you that it is rich in 15 minerals. And if you look at the back, but the La Roche-Posay, they don't really say the same. I mean, it's two different brands, so they mention different things, but they don't say what it is rich in as such. But it's rich in minerals. I mean, we know that. And then it lists a few minerals that they would like to tell you that it contains. And if we bring out the magnifying glass, we can check that it has calcium, bicarbonate, and silicates and selenium, and it has zinc, and it has copper. So that is, and it is in various concentrations, which you can see at the back. I mean, you can't see that, I know that, but when you look at it in the shop, you will be able to see that. And roughly, thermal water will roughly contain the same sort of minerals. There might be variation compared to what sort of thermal spring it comes from, but both of these ones comes from France, and this is from volcanic soil in France, in the town called Vichy. And as I said, it has 15 minerals, but they list a lot of them. And again, if you take out the magnifying glass, it is very small. This you can see that it has like hydrogen carbonate, and it has magnesium, manganese, and it has selenium, and sodium, and or boron and calcium, and all that sort of stuff. The important thing here is that there are various brands doing this. There is the brand Avene as well. They also make hot thermal spring water in a bottle like this as well, and there are lots of other companies. But again, it's the content is the minerals that you are interested in, and what they promise is that you can use it as a setting spray. I would say that you can't use it as a setting spray in the sense that if you spray your face after you've done your makeup, that it will make the makeup last. That's not what they mean when they say that it can be used to set your makeup. It just means that it's an easy way to get rid of the powdery finish, so you get a more finish where the powder is more aligned with your skin, so it doesn't look like you are powdered up, but it's more like it looks like skin. One thing to say about it is I have used them, and when you use them and they dry up on your face, it kind of like gives a powdery finish. Not something that you can see, but it is kind of like if you're a little bit shiny in your face and you use one of these ones, it will bring the shine down to a more matte look, but it's not something that will last as such. It's just for the moment after it has dried. And the reason for it is, of course, that it is full of minerals, and when the minerals from the water when the water has evaporated, you are left with the minerals on your skin, and that will give a kind of matte effect, but not like something that will last all day. So one of the things is that you might feel that immediately after the water has evaporated, you are maybe a little bit stiff in your face, but it's just something I noticed, and it's not like you get stiff in your face or stuff like that. It's just kind of like you should be prepared for a bit of like first a watery feeling, like a very soft and movable face, like feeling, and then after that it's a bit more tight, but it doesn't mean that your skin has been dried out. And if I should say a difference between these two, I would say that the La Roche-Posay I feel is leaves my skin a little bit less with a dry feeling afterwards. So I would assume that it maybe is because the concentration of minerals is not as high as in the Vichy one, or the sort of minerals that are in this one from La Roche-Posay compared to the Vichy one might be different concentrations, though it is at large the same minerals. So this, and I mean they both feel nice on the skin, so that's perfectly fine. But I would go for the Vichy one, and I will tell you why in a minute, because I have a quite special reason for wanting to use the Vichy water. So if you just check how does it actually look, what do we do here? I have just put a bit of setting powder on top of my cream, so I don't shine that much in the face, and after that I use the Vichy water to take it down. So it works a bit like, you see this fine mist coming out, so it kind of like works like this, and it doesn't have a smell or anything like that. It tastes a little bit salty maybe, but kind of like you wouldn't like drench your face in it if you have just made up your face, just a light mist in order to take down the powdery look. But if you are using it as a spa treatment, you obviously would like to drench your face in it over a period of time. So like when it has dried up, you will add another layer and another layer and another layer until you feel you're done. So what I do is that in the morning, when I wake up, I go to the bathroom and I will immediately take the Vichy water and I will spray it on my face. And I will have my breakfast and I will repeat again. And then I will repeat it just before I put on my moisturizer. So just as the water has evaporated, I will put on my moisturizer to lock in the moisture that has just seeped into my skin. One thing, mainly when I used this one the first time, I bought the La Roche-Posay. The first one I bought was this one, and I read a review, and a woman said that it lasted a very long time. Now, when I go and buy something like this or any other product, the only thing I have in mind is to get home and try it out. And I would say this one, for me, lasted about, I mean there's a little bit left, but it lasted about 2 days. And that is because I tend to overdo things when I have just bought something. And I must say, I felt it was really fun to use. But of course it comes with a price. And though that you look at it, and I think it's about 6 or 7, 8-ish pounds here in England, and they are roughly the same price, and they both contain 150 milliliters. But if you use it over 2 days, it's a bit expensive, and it's not meant to be used over 2 days. I thought it was really fun. So what I thought, well, one thing to say is that if you use hyaluronic acid, that is an acid that is supposed to bring water from the air, the humidity, into your skin. So one thing you can do if you are using a cream with hyaluronic acid is that after you have put it on, you will lightly spray your face with the water, either the Vichy water or the La Roche-Posay or the Avene, if you like that. The Avene though is, I think it's kind of like double in price. So that way, if you mist your face with this water after you have used your hyaluronic acid, you will provide instantly more water for your skin that the hyaluronic acid will lock in to your skin. And then on top of that, you will obviously use your moisturizer in order to lock the whole thing in. Or it may be that your moisturizer in itself contains hyaluronic acid, so you just simply spray the water on top of that, and it will help boost the plumpness of your skin to a certain degree. Why I like to use the Vichy water is because for the price of this one, which is 150 milliliters, you can actually get a lot more, because Vichy, they sell this one here as well. And this is about 7.5 liter, and it costs roughly the same compared to where you buy it. Where I bought it, it cost the same, and I had to pay for the delivery as well. So I chose to wait 5 days, and I had it delivered for free. So that is one thing you can do. And how do you then go about using it? You just take one of these travel things here. So that is just, oops, a very plain, simple, what's called water bottle spray. It's called an atomizer, and you can get them in different qualities. And you see, it kind of like gives the same kind of fine mist. So this is basically what I use, and this is, as I say, much cheaper. So if you would like to really drench your face in this stuff, this is the option to go for. And they look like this. So the bottle from Vichy. So the Vichy is the town, and the company is called Vichy as well. And the spring that it comes from is called Celestine, and it is so that, as I understand it, that the company Vichy has the right up until 2030 to use the water solely as a company. So they have a monopoly on using the water from the springs in Vichy until 2030. But again, this is a very cheap way of going about using this water, and I like using it. I must say, I feel, particularly when I use hyaluronic acid on my face, I like to go and during the day when I'm just home and walking around about here, to spray it on my face, and it gives a plumpness to the face. So hopefully this was useful for you, and I will give a link below where you can find the Vichy water in the bigger pack. So hopefully, yeah, it was something that was useful for you. And if you would like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all those things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more videos. And one video I will be uploading soon is a video about a lip gloss, or maybe more like a lip balm, but it is a clear one, and what it does is that it contains hyaluronic acid. So I use that on my lips, and after that I use this one. So if you would like to see a review on that lip balm, hit the bell, subscribe, and do all those things you must do. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.